Hi everyone, I'm Jennifer Ward, and for those of you who don't already know me, I am a pediatric audiologist and have been witnessing the benefits of Northern Voices for many years. I have also had the pleasure of serving on the board of directors in many different capacities over the years. Currently, I am the golf committee chair. On behalf of the entire committee, I want to say thank you so much for coming out and supporting us today in what is our 20th annual Golf Classic. This is one of my favorite days, and I hope it was really fun for you too. Please stay tuned for a short message about one of our alumni students. Thank you.
The nurses kept assuring us that it was like normal, like preemies sometimes fail the newborn hearing screening, and so we were hopeful that that was all that it was, but they did an ABR and we found out she had profound bilateral hearing loss. The first question I asked was, will she still go to prom? Because you just want your kid to be normal.
So we found out Evie was deaf on the last day of being in the NICU, which was an interesting challenge, having been in the hospital for over 90 days of hospitalization between the twins and Lindsay being on bed rest. I had actually stayed home when she had the test because we were that confident, I was that confident that she would actually come back and she'd be fine. So I got the call from my mother-in-law, followed by a conversation with my wife. Lindsay was throwing a lot of big words at me like cochlear implant and ABR, and I didn't hear any of it because all I heard was she was deaf.
We left the audiologist's office. She gave us this huge binder, and it was essentially like, here are all the different ways your child can choose to communicate, and they really don't give you any guidance. So you look through it and it's like a ton of information about what we can do, and it was really confusing.
You know, you don't have 5 years to make a decision. You have to make a decision in 6 months. At the same time, you're trying to think about all the blocking and tackling, so to speak, that goes into having newborns.
Throughout this whole process, I was sharing with my good friend that this was a possibility for Evie. She shared that her nephew had cochlear implants and he was doing great, and he goes to the school called Northern Voices. I'll put you in contact with his mom and it'll be okay. And my first reaction honestly was like, well, I don't want her to go to a special school. Like I just want her to be normal. I wanted it a fix, and I thought, can't we just put cochlear implants in her and then we're done. It's fixed, it's fine. She'll be hearing normally. Probably a couple of days of that, we toured Northern Voices, and it was, I think, the first time that Justin and I felt like things were going to be okay. We had walked in and saw kids that were like totally normal 2- and 3-year-olds talking. We saw teachers making kids say full sentences and kids like even rolling their eyes like, like, you know, do you want a piece of candy? And the kid would say yes. And then the teacher would say, yes, what? Like, yes, I want a piece of candy. And then
we were very in the dark on what needed to happen, how it was going to happen, and just the logistics of it all. Like, what does this really mean? Having a daughter who has normal hearing, how do we, you know, intersect with her and make sure she gets what she needs at the same time, making sure Evie gets what she needs. They were so confident that she would just mainstream into kindergarten. It was a balancing effect for people who were extremely stressed out and overly tired from having two infants.
I'm an educator as well, and I have never seen teachers as committed and incredibly talented as the teachers at Northern Voices. Like, you will not find better teachers anywhere. We had experiences of working with like our home district at the time, and the services that the public schools were able to provide at the time were nothing in comparison to Northern Voices. Evie loves talking, but she like will love it so much that she would hit these stumbling blocks of like going too fast or like doing things that, you know, could be confusing to the normal hearing person, and the teachers knew exactly what to do to get her over that hump.
I've been lucky enough to be able to coach her and be involved in some of the sports, especially soccer. The first day we showed up and one of the kids looked at her and in just a normal, non-malicious, just inquisitive way that kids ask questions. It's like, what are those things on your ears? And she just looked at them. Those are my implants. They help me hear. But that advocacy that she's been taught is pretty incredible. Northern Voices has really done a lot to just teach her not only how to say that and what to say, but the confidence to say it, which is pretty incredible.
Knowing Evie now, like if you get to sit in a room with her, that kid was meant to speak. She sings all the time. She wants to take voice lessons. She is sassy and likes to, share what she thinks about us all the time. I think because of Northern Voices, we believe that she can do anything that she wants to do. All that she's gone through and overcome to get to this point has made us realize that there is nothing that will get in her way. She will be completely fine. And I think without Northern Voices, that wouldn't be the same.